צלמים, צלמים.
In his last speech on April the 3rd, 1968, one day before the assassination, King said, and I quote, "I would like to live a long life, but I am not concerned about that now. I have seen the promised land. We as a people will get to the promised land all together." He taught us here a great and important lesson. The promised land is, of course, an actual place, but at the same time, it is also a vision, a dream, and also responsibility. It was this old dream of the promised land that kept the fire burning in the hearts of the Jewish Ethiopians who so many years for centuries, more than 3,000 years. It was that fire, that deep faith, that dream that brought them to Israel, to Jerusalem as they prayed for 3,000 years. Please God, bring us up, bring us back to Jerusalem. And for many of the community, modern Israel, I must say, did not exactly fit the dream that they dreamt for 3,000 years. But thankfully, the Israeli community of the Ethiopian origin is strong. And Pnina Shata is a symbol of this strength. It is a community with the power to create new dreams and visions and picture their own new promised land built here in the actual promised land of Israel. Dear friends here today, artists, public figures, and activists, you helped us all to see the possibilities of the new promised land. I would like to thank you all in the name of the State of Israel. It is a real great pleasure to have you along with us.
It seems to me that the message of Martin Luther King Jr. still resounds very loudly in our nation and really throughout our world, and perhaps is needed even more so now today than back then. I think the world is crying out for a message of hope and ultimately healing. And we come in that spirit, basically stating that what can we do to help? We are honored to be in this nation, honored to be here today at this official residence. Thank you, Mr. President, for welcoming us today, and we are so honored to have the opportunity to be here. God bless you.
I want to thank you, Mr. President, for having us here, and I want to thank you, Mr. King, for honoring us, the three of us, in this great award. Each one of us in our own mission is trying to continue the dream, to fulfilling of the dream of your father and your organization, to create bridges between cultures, to bringing the hearts together. What we think. So thank you for the great honor.
I understand that to be a child that immigrants to a new country, a modern country, and the gaps between the place that I came from, Ethiopia, I know that sometimes if there is a reality that you can't accept, you need to stand up and to do something to change this reality. I think that the Jewish community and the Afro-American community, it is an important relationship that we need to strengthen. I believe that we can find a lot of common things that we can do against discrimination. I must to say my president that we still have a long way to do. Unfortunately, in Israel, the discussion about discrimination is part of some of communities, the minorities, and I don't think it should be like that. We need to change that because the fight against discrimination don't have a color and don't have a religious, and it is something that people need to know. And I know that you give a lot of support last year in the big demonstration of my community against
the strength of the society is based on its diversity, and the strength of a chain is based on the weakest link in the chain. We all have to know that, and especially here in the President's house, because President Rivlin raised the flag of diversity. Strengthen us who come from the civil society and who try to make the change to promote equality within our communities, to see, you know, that all men are created equal.
תודה רבה.
תודה רבה.
תודה רבה לך. יפה. אוקיי.